We will be doing Alberto Giacometti inspired foil sculptures today. First, we will warm up by quickly sketching stick people with different emotions. Second, we will learn about Alberto Giacometti and view some of his famous work. And third, we will make the human figure out of tinfoil and pose them to express different emotions. Here's things you will need for this art project. They are things that you probably already have in your home. First is tinfoil. Make sure you ask your parents if you can use it. It looks like this. Next, you'll just need a blank piece of paper. Any paper will do. And something to write on so it's nice and smooth. You'll need a pencil with an eraser and a pair of scissors. We're going to be folding our paper 3 times. You fold it in half. It does not have to be perfect. That's once. Fold it in half again. That's twice. And one more time. 3 times. Okay, then you're going to open it up and flatten it out. You should have 8 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I made a mistake and drew mine in pencil, so I'm going to trace over them in Sharpie now. First, we're going to have fun with a quick human figure sketching activity, and then we will create the foil sculptures. This is supposed to be fun, no need for perfection. In the first box, I would like you to draw a normal stick figure. So you have the head, the torso, which is the body, and the arms and legs. In the next one, I would like you to do a stick figure of someone running. Give yourself about 10 seconds to do each drawing. So this one I'm doing of a person running. In the next box, the third one, I would like you to draw a stick figure of someone feeling sad. How would their body language look if they were feeling sad? I have mine slumped over with his arms hanging down. In the fourth box, I would like you to draw that sad person again, but then draw a second figure comforting the sad person. What would it look like if someone was comforting someone else? Again, there is no need for perfection on these. They can be very simple drawings. I'm going to make my second person hugging the first person. In the next row, I'm going to draw someone feeling happy. What do you think the body language would look like for someone feeling happy? I'm going to have my little person kind of jumping in the air saying, "Yippee!" In the next box, think about drawing a figure that is feeling scared. What do you think someone would look like if they were feeling scared? I'm going to have mine kind of crouched down and then covering their eyes, like they're very fearful. And you don't have to do the same ones as me. You may have a different idea in your brain of what these different emotions may look like. Next, let's do someone dancing. I know lots of you kids are good dancers because I've seen you. I'm going to have mine doing ballet, but you can have them do any kind of dance that you want. And finally, in the last square, you can do whatever you like. Whatever emotion you want to express with your stick figure, have fun with it. I'm going to make mine do the walking like an Egyptian dance. Put your sketches to the side for now and let's learn about Alberto Giacometti. Alberto Giacometti was a Swiss artist born in 1901 and died in 1966. He began painting, drawing, and sculpting from a very young age and explored many art forms throughout his life. He is most famous for his tall, thin figures made of bronze. Notice how textured the figures are. Think about how the thin, elongated arms and legs of the people contrast with the strong metal they are made of. What words would you use to describe the people? For the second part of the lesson, we're going to make our human figures out of tinfoil. This part you might want to ask your parents for help because the sharp edge can cut you pretty easily, so you have to be very careful when you're tearing your tinfoil out. You'll need a piece about this size. You can smooth it out and turn it to portrait, which is up and down vertical. You take your marker and you're going to put your book underneath so you have a smooth surface to work on and you don't get it on your table. About halfway down on the foil, you're going to be doing 2 horizontal lines, about at the halfway mark. They're not going to meet in the middle. You're going to leave a space. Then you're going to do a vertical line straight down the middle of the page. Again, not attaching it to the middle. At the top, you're going to come in from the top corner just a bit and draw a diagonal line towards the center, but you do not connect it. And then you're going to do the same on the other side. Come in a little bit and draw your diagonal line. Next, you're going to want to label your pieces, just so you know. The 2 bottom squares are the legs, so I'm going to write leg on each side. The middle is the body or the torso, so I'm going to write torso. Then I'm going to write arm on the diagonal space, and then the other arm on the other diagonal space. And the top space is the head. So go ahead and write head on the top space. Next, you're going to take your scissors and cut carefully along the lines. Remember not to go too far into the middle. Finally, you're going to have your piece of tinfoil with all your sections cut out. This is when you start to scrunch the tinfoil. I like to start with the head, and I kind of roll it down into a little ball. You can reshape everything as you go. Then you can take your arm, top right arm, or left arm, and squish it together in the shape of an arm. You can fold over the tops if you think they're too long. Go ahead and do the next arm. And then the legs. Can you tell it's starting to look like a person? And the second leg. You're going to keep scrunching until it looks like a person. Scrunch that body together, the torso, and then just form your arms to how you like it. When you get done with your first one, make a few more. It's really fun to make them interact. Now let's try to make our foil people look like our emotion sketches. So I'm going to pick the first one. It's a running man. I'll go ahead and put in a picture with Sharpie so you guys can see my sketch. I know it's a little bit light. So I'm going to move his arms and legs and scrunch them in different ways until he looks like my sketch of a person running. Here's my sketch of my stick figure running. Next, I'm going to make my guy who is feeling sad. So I'm just going to pose his arms and legs, just like my drawing, which I'll show you right after this. His arms are down, his head is hanging low, he's kind of slumped over. What do you think body language looks like when you're sad? Here's my sketch of my stick figure feeling sad. Next, I'm going to make one who's feeling happy. In my sketch, I have my stick figure kind of jumping for joy. This is my sketch of my stick figure feeling happy. Last but not least, I'm going to choose my guy who's walking like an Egyptian. This is the one which you could do whatever you wanted. Here's my stick figure walking like an Egyptian. Can you get your stick figures to stand up? I had trouble, so I used some bit of tape on their feet. See how you can make them interact. These are the poses I chose from my sketches. Here I made them dancing. Have fun with this project. The possibilities are endless. See what you can come up with. I can't wait to see the pictures you take. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time.